I did over £1.3 million with my branded dropshipping store last year, and this is just one of many. But 90% of people starting today are going to fail, and here's why. In my opinion, traditional dropshipping in its own format is dying. And here's what's replacing it. I'm going to cover in this video 3 points to explain why dropshipping used to work and now doesn't, and how, if you're just starting or getting going or trying to scale your own brand, what the new alternative is for you to be able to scale, build and grow in 2025. So we'll box off why traditional dropshipping is dying. Second of all, I'll introduce what the alternative is for this year. And third of all, we'll walk through how you can transition successfully. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I made a big statement, and the statement was that traditional dropshipping is dying, and here's why. What I see, and I'm immersed in this market, have been for a long time, is that there is so much oversaturation and competition. Like, these are big problems for you, particularly if you're looking for entry and you don't have experience or you don't really know which product to sell. Because the barrier to entry, and by barrier to entry, I mean the difficulty for you to get into dropshipping, has never been more easier. When I started 10 years ago, like, there was no Deezers, there was, like, Shopify wasn't really a thing. Everything was manual. You had to contact suppliers directly. Now, for example, like through AliExpress, Superfull, all of these existing industries that now make things so much easier. Okay, yes, it lowers the barrier for you to get in, but it also means that it's so much easier for everyone to just flood the market. And this means you have more competition. And when things are oversaturated, it's time for you to think differently, because if you really want to stand out and build a sustainable brand, not a pump and dump store, this is on you to figure a way to create a bit of a protective moat around why people should buy from you, particularly so if it's a commoditized product that pretty much anyone can sell to anyone, okay? The other side of it, which you probably know if you're in this industry already, is that rising ad costs. It's something like 14%. I think Facebook released their stats a few months ago. This is how much on average ad costs or cost per acquisition has rose just in the last year alone. So all of this, it compounds, and it basically means that your margins are getting stretched and stretched and stretched. So even if you're able to make good margin, if you have to spend more to acquire your customers, or if you don't have the skill of marketing, which enables you to operate efficiently, this makes it almost impossible for you to make profit. And guys, let's be real. The only reason we're in this and doing this is to make profit, okay? They say revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. This is the name of the game. And if your margins are getting stretched because you can't acquire customers profitably, you're screwed. You're screwed before you've even started, okay? And the third point is you have a lot more customer trust issues, particularly so when you're selling generic products. Generic products don't really solve a problem. They're kind of lukewarm. It's like you're marketing pretty much to anyone, and your store is so under-optimized that people look at this and they're afraid. They're literally scared to put their credit card details in because everything just looks so scammy. Again, because it's so easy to get into, find a product, build a landing page, run some ads. If you don't know what you're doing, your store conversion rate is going to be horrible. And all you're going to do, pump money on an ads, put time in building infrastructure, and just see nothing on the outside. And this is why, let's be honest, most people start, they're full of energy and enthusiasm, turn everything on, think it's just as easy as find a product, switch on ads and print, and they realize, oh, this is actually a whole marathon. This is something that is going to take time, effort, energy, resource, knowledge to be able to grow and develop, okay? This is why, in my opinion, dropshipping this year is really about to die. But there's a solution, and this is what I want to box off in this video. But this doesn't mean that it's the end of the road. Like most things, when a particular market becomes saturated, this actually becomes a really big opportunity if you know what you're doing. And this is what I'm going to present to you as the solution. If you're trying to get into dropshipping or you're trying to scale your own brand in 2025, this is how you're going to do it. And the secret is branded dropshipping. This is the alternative that I want you to focus on if you really want to stand out from the crowd and build a sustainable brand, not a pump and dump store where you're just constantly testing products. You have no focus on your consumer. Like, you could kind of ride one wave and then it's gone. Then you're back to zero. You don't know where your next sale coming from. Guys, there's just no way to run a business. Like, it's the worst thing, because every day you get up, if I ask you, where's your next sale coming from? Or what is it you're even going to sell? You're testing so many products. You just don't know. Something might hit off, and then all of a sudden you get a bit of a spurt, you double down, and then it just stops. Or other people, everyone's like spying on each other, trying to steal products. All of this stuff is horrible. So if you build a brand around a particular product, and I'm talking about a hero product, something that solves a real high pain point, you understand the market, you obviously have good margin on it, this has infinite scalability potential. And because it's branded, you make it your own. This means that no one really can compete with you, particularly so if you have a good, strong, obsessive focus over your consumer, which, again, let's be honest, is the only thing that matters. So if we're going down the branded dropshipping route, three things, okay? Three things I want you to focus on, and this is why it's better. You're going to have higher margins because you're going to have more customer loyalty. You're going to be able to stretch out your AOV, so that's your average order value, because if you have a specific product, they will be ancillary linked products that offer utility, for example, upsells, or maybe some sort of components that you can add on, because you're not stretching and like you're not selling everything to everyone. You're solving one particular problem, and every problem creates more problems once solved. And then also, because your customers know, like, and trust you, and you're speaking directly to them, not only does the conversion rate improve, but it also means that if you have a consumable, they trust you. They're going to come back to you. You're going to have a much longer LTV, lifetime value, and theoretically, you're also going to be able to get referrals. If your product is good, it does what it says, you communicate, you build a relationship with your consumer. It's not just buy once and then that's it. Your relationship with your consumer starts with the first sale, and then you can get them coming back. And there's ways and means to do this, okay? But you can only do this if you have a branded store. The second one is you're going to have a lot less competition in the branded space, because think about it. What are you going to buy? Think about an analogy of going to the supermarket. Are you going to buy the store's own brand of Coke, or are you going to buy Coca-Cola, the official one? Let's be honest, they're probably there or thereabouts the same product, but you're probably happy to pay 3 or 4 times as much for the branded one because you trust it. It has integrity. It stands for something, and even built-in status. So if you have your own brand, as opposed to just one store selling 1,000,001 things, being one of many, you're actually able to build that customer trust. Again, this is going to have really good positive impacts on your conversion rate. And the third one is you're actually able to sell across multiple platforms as opposed to just one generic store. If you build a brand around a product that solves a real problem, you can sell on Shopify, you can sell on Amazon, you can sell on TikTok Shop, you can even potentially branch out into retail as well. Like, the possibilities are endless. And the good thing about it is you control the distribution, you control the relationship with the consumer, okay? So now you know what to do. Here's how to transition in the simplest, most easiest way possible. So it's actually really easy. You need to create a brand. So understanding the fundamental core principles of branding. For example, having a good, strong logo, having your 3 primary colors, making sure everything is aligned and it looks professional. Again, even if we just look at this from a customer or store conversion rate, if something looks consistent and clean, you instantly have trust and integrity with your consumer. So conversion rate's going to be better, trust is going to be better. Your customer feels way more comfortable inputting their credit card details online. Again, all of this works, okay? It works, and I can show you directly. I'm living proof that this works. And if you want to learn about how to custom brand, click this video here. Now, the other thing that you're going to get, the added benefit, is you will actually be able to build supplier relationships that support branded products. Now, the way to do this, and this is really important, is you do not need to go all in straight away on a product you don't know, you haven't tested, and you don't understand the market. You still need to be able to start with a product. Now, this product it will have its own criteria, okay? So we need to really have a good, strong focus on the consumer, and the product needs to solve a problem. But you don't go straight in and buy inventory. The key here is you can start with traditional dropshipping, but you sell it under your own name, under your own brand. Once you have sales, once it's validated, then at this point, it's okay to then go and custom brand. And you can do low MOQs if you have a good, strong relationship with your supplier. They see the vision, they share the vision for your brand. They also know, like, and trust you. They can see there's sales coming in, as opposed to you going straight in and asking them to custom brand. Most suppliers, when they first meet you, they think about it. How many inquiries are these getting every single day from hundreds of people all across the world, selling them the dream of this brand they're going to start, or this product, this store they're going to build? They have to be able to filter between who are we actually going to give our time and attention to, who has the most potential, who has the most experience. So if you can validate starting using someone else's product, whether it's dropshipped, if it's white labeled, only at that point, once you have customers, you've validated, you understand how to market and scale, then you can go back, build a strong relationship with your supplier, and then do a small limited batch of branded products. Again, all of this compounds. This is how you then merge from dropshipping into a branded dropshipping store, okay? You see, the marketing strategy on the back end, this works so much better. Again, for all of the reasons we've already mentioned of trust and integrity with the consumer, consistency, professionalism, because it's not just a generic one-size-fits-all selling 100 different products to 1,000,000 different types of consumers. This is a very, very easy way to get into it. Again, it's never been a better time, in my opinion, to open this type of store, because you have all of the infrastructure. You have AliExpress, you have Shopify. All of this pretty much is free to use. With dropshipping, you don't have to commit any cash to inventory, which means you don't actually sacrifice or spend any money other than on acquisition, okay? You don't have to hold, you don't have to have storage, you don't have a 3PL. Super easy, never been easier to get into, and then you're able to leverage automation, systems, AI to help you sell that, okay? Clear takeaway from this, if I can kind of summarize this, is that dropshipping, in my opinion, is becoming unsustainable. But branded dropshipping, this is the future. This is my kind of viable alternative that's going to give you much better opportunities. You're going to have better margins. You're going to have way less competition and ultimately more sustainability. This is how you exit the matrix. This is how you build something that will allow you the freedom, time, location freedom, financial freedom that you're looking for, okay? But guys, now is the time to adapt. This is the arbitrage opportunity in 2025 before the opportunity closes, before too many people get after it or pick up on it, okay? So don't sleep on this, guys. And if you'd like to learn how to start your own branded dropshipping store from someone who's done this for 10 years, I have a completely free email course in the description. Click the link, follow it through. I'm not asking anything from you. You can have it all for free. If it's interesting, let's book a call in. Let's see what we can do to build or scale your existing store. So guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Oh, and if there's anything you're struggling with at the moment that you would like my help from through the video, just stick it in the comments, and I will do my best to produce something in the next couple of weeks. Thanks, guys.